Yo, what's up YouTube family? I'm out here today again to make you guys another video. I know nobody's watching them, but hey, I'm banging you out some content. Get it while you can take it. So today I'm going to be detailing my 350 and taking it to track this weekend. So I want to get it all up and up to snuff so that it can meet my standards for riding. I'm pretty picky about how my stuff works. So anyway, I'm gonna show you the detailed process and break it down a little bit for you. So here's my 350 after last weekend. It doesn't look too shabby from a distance anyway, and that's because white doesn't show stuff real bad. So I'm gonna give you an up close and personal what my bike looks like every single ride. These are from my knees. Yeah, my knees pretty much just obliterate the side panels. And the fuel tank, these are actually scratches. And you look down here, these are gouges in the frame guards. All kinds of gouging in the swing arm protectors, which is why I have them on there. Already cleaned these up a little bit, but the foot pegs and stuff all banged up and rusty. You can see the other side here, all for my knees. I don't know if you can actually see the texture on that, but actually shredding the plastic all the way through. Obviously this I cannot detail out today, but you can see the big gnarly scratches and stuff in there. Pipe's getting kind of ugly. Might need to like pull that down and powder coat it or something. And here was my horn casualty from the ride video that you guys haven't watched. When the stick or whatever came up and smashed it, it actually broke the insert out of the radiator that the horn attaches to. And so I got to repair that. I have some new radiators coming. They actually come today, but I'm not sure if I'll have time to mount them up before I go to the track. So anyway, that's what I'm dealing with. This is the air filter from the 350, and I clean them every single ride. I use no toil, so you can see there's only one clean spot on it, and there's lots of volcanic cinder in it. It's quite dirty. You can see where the battery wire was touching the filter where it wasn't pulling air. But there is nothing that came through on the inside. I'm not going to pull the screen out with one hand, but so yeah, that's why it's really important to clean your air filter, guys. Like if I went for 2 rides on this thing, it's probably sucking dirt, and that's either going to blow your motor up or cut your lifespan drastically. Okay, started off with a quick rinse. I'm always pressed for time, so I'm not going to show you guys the whole cleaning process, and that would be boring anyway. So what I'm going to do first thing here is I'm going to go straight for the nasty stuff. I'm going to hit that with some sandpaper first, followed up with some Scotch-Brite and stuff like that, and get all that stuff smoothed out. You know, and I pretty much detail this bike out every time I ride it, so it always looks pretty good. I just have to get through the top layer, and then it looks good underneath. So it's pretty important that you do a good deep cleaning on your bike once in a while, and you know, then it takes less time when you go to do it every time. Okay, I lied. I went for the seat first thing so that I can get it off and get it drying. So I went through the seat. I got some demutter. I usually like to use S100, but I'm trying some demutter wash right now. It's gets rid of some of the acid and stuff in the dirt, so that's pretty good in our volcanic stuff. And I used the stiffer, kind of medium stiffness brush, I should say, and I just scrubbed out because it gets down into the gripper of the cover and makes it look a lot better. Also gets the orange, or infamous red dirt, out of the ribs. So after maybe like 2 minutes of scrubbing with sandpaper, you can already see how much better it's looking. You look here, I actually have these really deep gouges. So I got a lot of those out. Sorry, the camera won't focus, but I'm gonna keep working on it. This is really fine grit sandpaper. I'm not sure what it is. I think it might be like 600, don't just start sanding on your plastic. Use really fine grit stuff. If this bike wasn't white, I really couldn't do that. So don't just start hammering on it with sandpaper unless you're going to use like 1500 or something, and then still beware, it's going to smoke the finish out unless you use some sort of a treatment. So on these kind of black things that have like aluminum in them from the steg pegs kind of cutting into the plastic, you can put WD-40 on there, and then when you hit it again, all that black oxide will come out. Okay, I won't bore you with any more details. You can see she's pretty bright and vibrant. You look real close. See how deep the gouges are in the plastic. So it's kind of a 50-footer, but most people are standing 6 feet away from your bike or so anyway, so it looks good. You can't see that when you're going fast on the track. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that all the way around the bike, and then we give her one final good washing. And then if you wanna know the real secret to polishing a turd, it's this stuff, Maxima SC1. Not cheap, smells like bubble gum or something, but this stuff is magical. I'm not endorsed by this. This stuff is, I've been using it for 20 years. It's freaking amazing. You just whack a little bit of that on, and that thing looks shiny as hell without even wiping it. That's how they make those factory bikes look so damn good. Well, outside of brand new plastic and brand new everything else. Okay guys, there you go. She's all scrubbed up. I haven't detailed it yet, so I'll give you a close-up, but you know, she looks pretty good. All white again anyway. You can still see there's gouges in the plastic. Those are so deep I'll have to chase those with the razor blade. You can see that the swing arm protectors and stuff are kind of that kind of gray instead of black. But yeah, went through, got all the rotors and the bolts all cleaned up, so everything looks good. You know, logos on the tires, but I have not detailed it yet. That's just the scrub down. Give you a little shot of the other side. And I got a lot of the crash marks and stuff out of the pipe, so that's looking much better. And all the brown and crap that's gouged into the clutch cover and all those sorts of things, it's all good. And you know, the triple clamps, all that looks clean. So she's pretty much ready to go. I'll give you another shot once I've got the shiny stuff on it. There we go. She looks pretty decent for a bike that spends her weekends bouncing off rocks and sticks. Go through and got the tires all cleaned up. Everything's pretty sparkly for a, you know, thing's a 2012. And you know, this is just a couple hour detail. So nothing super fancy. Everybody's got time to do this once in a while. And she'll look good for a few rides. She's almost ready for some plastic. This plastic's getting pretty damn beat up. But yeah, these are the wheels that are off my 250. And they actually cleaned up pretty good. I scratched off the Excel logos, and that just makes them solid black. Those logos were all jacked up looking and scratched and stuff, so all I did was just buff them off with a little bit of Scotch-Brite. They came right off. So maybe you guys noticed that I took the steg pegs off. I'm going to the track this weekend, and the track is mostly second, a little bit of third gear stuff, and I fell in the bigger jumps and stuff that they were getting in my way. So I decided to take those off for this weekend. And I've also got some new motocross boots that are a lot stiffer, so I can kind of lock into the pegs a little bit better. I really do like the stegs for the higher speed stuff when I was doing like the third and fourth gear tracks out on the mountain. But yeah, I'm taking them off for the track this weekend. You can see this mark never went away. That's almost all the way through the background, and so a few of those marks are, that's just old tired plastic. The that side panel is 2012, so it's been on there quite a while. This is why I got new radiators for the 350. That actually has been like that since the beginning of the year. That was some carnage from that enduro that I did at the beginning of the year. Yeah, nice big old thing, but it doesn't leak. It's really crooked and it's hard to mount the shrouds, but yeah, it's pretty messed up. I know that you can send them off and have them fixed, but I just got some higher capacity ones, and I got a fan kit too. But unfortunately, with my work schedule, I'm probably not going to be able to install them, so these ones are going to stay on the track this weekend. Here is the piece that broke last weekend. Right here, this was ripped wide open. I've hammered it back into place, and I'm going to put a little quick steel on there, and we're going to run it so we can remount the shroud. If you guys have never seen or used this steel stick stuff, it's amazing. It's just this epoxy that just hardens as hard as hell, and you can fix anything from broken levers to engine cases, like on my 690. Stuff's incredible. It's like, I don't know, $4 or something like that. It's a must-have, especially if you're out trail riding. You can fix anything. It sets up in like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. There you go, 5 minutes. Thing is hard as a rock. Totally rebuilt that radiator mount. And I'll tell you right now, it's stronger than it was originally. The whole radiator would probably rip off now. Pretty good stuff. She's all done. I've come to realize today that all the plastics on this thing are hammered, and I'm kind of feeling sorry for her. But you know, for what it does, bouncing off everything. Everything's all in one piece. It's just all scratched up, and I'm just trying not to be anal about it. It's a legit machine. I have a lot of fun riding it. Woo-wee, would you look at that? They're almost starting to look like a race team sitting next to each other. Yeah, feeling blessed at the moment.